going to go live just so we. What's up, everybody? It's Jim and
Susan.
Susan. And
I know I'm supposed to say my own name.
you're supposed to introduce yourselves. Now, I'm being rude. Um, and if you hit refresh, okay, it says interactivity will, there you go, join the conversation.
I
So
can't hit
in the
the button.
chat, let us know you're here and put in your name and let us know that you're a part of what we're doing here so we know folks are here. And I hit refresh. So this is awesome. Welcome, everybody. We're doing something that we've never done before because this has been a week, month, year of firsts. And we're excited. What's up, Luann? And this is the first time that Susan and I have worked together for over 20 some odd years. And this is the first time that we've ever done an interview or something like this. So it's kind of cool. Just thought
Did
it
that
would
become
be.
a question of now? What are you thinking? Was this the
No, I was trying to think if we'd ever done anything like this before. I think we've taught like a class or something together, but never done a thing. And I remember when we first started that to put your picture on the website, we took a picture of the back of your head because it was an inside joke, and then we just ran with that for 10 years. And then nobody ever really knew what you looked like, but they knew you had very silky, shiny hair
which is kind of
from
interesting
sitting
because
at
when
the
I worked at
computer.
Colonial Williamsburg, I used to have to put my hair all up in the bun and the cap. You go
Uh
out places and you run into people like, "Hey," they're like, "Why are you talking to me? I don't know you at all. Like, I work with you."
huh. There you go. So if you're not seeing the chat, refresh the page, and the chat should launch for you. We made a game time decision to have the chat in there, but we also want to be respectful of everybody's time. And so, Susan, because you are the interviewer and I'm the interviewee, it's appropriate that you should do the introduction and why we're here. Take it away, Susan.
Okay. So we're, yeah, I'm not ready for this right now, dude. I talked for 13 hours yesterday. I needed a
so
little more.
so we'll give you a little insight into
I'm not reading your mind.
we are slam jack in the middle of doing our early bird Black Friday stuff, and we actually, just full disclosure, we're not doing one, two, but we're actually doing three different Black Friday things, which is probably the stupidest thing we've ever done in our business ever. And I'm not really sure who said it, who thought it was a good idea, but apparently I endorsed it because everybody started working on it like it was supposed to happen. So I just need to apologize to my entire team, and I will never do this again. So just so y'all know, we're doing an early bird offer for Next Level Authority, our high ticket coaching program. We're doing an early bird offer for Write Your Book AI, and then we're also doing a test Black Friday offer just on cold traffic on something else that shall not be named because all of you will run like squirrels, like, I want to see it, I want to see it, I want to see it.
I
And
can't
at
see it.
some
It's not
point,
put together yet.
I understand that, but
Still a
I
work in
just,
progress.
there you go. So we thought a couple 3 weeks ago it would be fun for us to get together and, like, hey, you know what, it'd be just fun to do an interview and just talk about AI and how things are changing and what's going on. It changes all this time. And I said, you know what, Susan, you've been doing this with me forever. There's actually nobody I can think of who would be better at having the perspective of interviewing me for the customers than Susan. Susan has been the proxy for you guys for the last 2+ decades. She's been in, at some points, she's been in charge of the help desk. She's still in the help desk helping to solve technical stuff, but we've kind of transitioned her out of that a little bit. But there's really nobody who understands the business, understands the back end, understands the customers, and understands what we're trying to do than Susan. She's in a unique position. So that's why we thought we would do this cool interview. And so the title of this interview is, now y'all gotta just, get ready. In fact, stretch. Okay, we need to stretch. Need to get ready. Get, got this big hook for it. All right, here it is. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to Susan Interviews Jim and about AI. There you go.
What you had me put on the page was discover the real story of how to tap the huge potential of AI to skyrocket your business, boost your authority, and save you buckets of time and money in the process.
Look at you taking over.
Hey,
That's
that
good.
was like 3 weeks ago before we started all the other stuff, and we still had minds.
So take ownership, and absolutely that's what we're doing. So Susan is now taking ownership and control of the interview. And Susan,
About as much control as I can have.
what's the big payoff for today's interview? What should people expect? We got bullets for it.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
I
on
didn't
the
get
page.
those.
Yeah, you put them on the page.
I'll put them on the front page, but I was looking at the other page because I was making sure that
on
I
the
could see
front,
the other page.
on the front page. No, they all opted in. We're just recapping their coolness. Okay, well we got cool reasons.
I want to kill the misconception that AI is just about Chat GPT or other
Boo.
chatbots. Search.
What?
I had to move it. I got too many screens.
Oh.
Discover how AI can save you heaps of time and money instead of focusing on pipe dream and instant riches. See exactly how AI can revolutionize your business and take it to the next level, which, believe me, it has this week, because we have turned out how many emails getting ready for stuff and been able to do it in 72 hours?
Yeah.
It's been bananas.
Yeah.
See exactly. Okay, I did that one. See a live demo of our software that outperforms Chat GPT and other chatbots, and understand how to keep AI. I'm reading too fast.
Yeah.
Understand how to keep updated on the rapidly evolving AI landscape and stay ahead of the game.
Okay. I like it.
Good. That's what I put on the page I got from you.
Yeah, I like it. So I think we should just dive right in.
Okay. So for our audience who might be new to this, could you give a simple, clear rundown of what AI looks like in the business world today?
So basically, just real quick, AI, what does it mean? You're hearing it, you're seeing it everywhere. Every ad you see on Facebook is about AI. People promising that you can start like a 7-figure agency in an instant with AI. And the gist of what you need to understand is that AI stands for artificial intelligence, not autonomous intelligence, meaning understand that artificial intelligence, AI, is a tool and you use it to get specific results. But like anything to do with computers, garbage in, garbage out. If you just want to sit there and fiddle fart with ChatGPT, you're going to get pretty much fiddle fart results. And so even though the tool looks magical and it's exciting and it just seems great, after you get done with the playing around with it period, until you figure out how to use it to get a result that's meaningful for you and your business, it's just a curiosity. It's just a toy. And great example of that is ChatGPT was the fastest growing app in the history of humanity, but then they lost a massive number of people within a very short period of time because people couldn't figure out how to use it to actually get a meaningful result. Now they're doing new stuff with it to try and help people get a result. But the bottom line is that AI is a tool. And if you're taking notes, write this down. AI is a tool.
So you mentioned it being a tool, but there's also some myths and a lot of buzz around it as well, as that you mentioned.
Right.
What should entrepreneurs really be keeping in mind about the misconceptions and myths that might be out there too, that get in their way?
Every time something new comes out, the first thing, the snake oil hucksters come out from under their rocks. And the first thing they do is they promise you that you can use this to get rich. I've seen people claiming on Facebook everything from, oh, you can use AI to start a 7-figure copywriting agency. I saw somebody else who was selling something. They were hitting people for $25,000 saying, oh, you can use this to replace yourself and your entire business, and everything that you are doing in your business, you're going to be able to do with AI now. They crashed and burned. So you got to think about
It's kind of like that course that Mike's taking right now. He's taking an intro to computer course, and they had a section on AI. And the question he had to answer was, will AI cut down your workday to 2 hours? And I started laughing. He said, is that true or false? I said, really?
And see, here's the thing you need to understand. And we're gonna this is to be our first tangent, Susan. Okay.
Sorry, my fault.
No, it's fine. But this is that whole thing of, it's a tool. And they've been promising that our lives were going to go down, our workday was going to go down to 2 hours since the first PC came out. So when PCs came out, oh, we're going to use the personal computer and we only have to work 2 hours a day. Bull crap. What happens is that work expands to fill the time allowed. So if you get something done in 15 minutes, guess what? You got 7 hours and 45 minutes left to fill up with something. And if you work for somebody else, or including yourself, you got to fill that time with other activity. Here's the other thing. If everybody's able to get stuff done in 15 minutes, it's the same thing as all these idiot economists who said that everybody needed to have $21 minimum wage. As soon as you raise the minimum wage to $21, that becomes the floor. As soon as you have a tool where people can get done in 15 minutes what they used to do in 5 hours, guess what? Everybody can do that. So it's not like you have an unfair advantage. You still have to get everything done. What I'm seeing, and again, man, this is going to be less interview and more therapy session. Yes. So like yesterday,
happens with you anyway?
Happens all the time. So like yesterday, I wrote, in between doing a 2-hour training and a bunch of other stuff, I had to write 15 emails and create 9 videos and finalize a sales letter and do a bunch of other stuff. I got all that done in about 3 hours. I was using our tools to be able to get it done. There's no way in hell that I could have done that any other way. But here's the problem. I'm busier now than I've ever been. I don't understand. It's like you never get to that 2-hour utopia. So if somebody promises you that you're going to be able to use AI to instantly just be rich, kick up your feet and retire and work 15 minutes a day, they're full of crap. They just are. So don't fall for that mess, because it's just not true. It's a tool. It's kind of like woodcutters. Okay. It used to be woodcutters use an axe. All the woodcutters are using an axe, so we're all on a level playing field. Then they went to 2-man saws. Then they went to chainsaws that just looking at them would violate your human rights. Now they got things that hook up to a front end loader that grab the thing, cut it, do it, chop it up, and all the other stuff. That log cutter that guy is still working 12 hours a day cutting logs. He's just using a tool to be a lot more productive. Anyway, that's the reality of AI. It's not a dream come true. It's not the nirvana.
So being that you've mentioned about time, how can you break down how AI can save time for you? Because now you're saying we've a lot to fill the time. How's that going to work out?
So the big thing you need to understand is that anything we're doing in our business is moving towards getting a result, reaching the finish line, getting the prize, whatever way you want to look at it. Okay, that's a finish line. That's a race flag. So getting there to anything is to analyze the process. I got to do A, I got to do B, I got to do C, I got to do E, etc., in order to make it through the gate to get that result. Okay. So in the past, getting that result might take, let's say, 4 weeks. And if you look at all the stuff you had to do, typically revolves around making stuff and posting stuff. So when we say making stuff, it's creating the info product or the ebook. It's creating the sales letter. It's creating the ads. It's creating the emails. It's creating all the things, the blog posts, the social media posts. Let's just call it posts. Okay. All this stuff, when you had to do it by hand, let's say it was going to take you 4 weeks. So now with AI, let's say it takes you 1 week. You still got to go through all the same hoops. You still got to make the stuff. You still got to post the stuff. But what it does, it just shortens the time between your thoughts. Oh my God, it's the worst light bulb ever. Between your thoughts and the result. It's just shortening the time. But see, everybody can shorten the time. So right now, if you're not using AI, you're at a disadvantage because there are people who can use AI, who have access to tools, all kinds of different tools, not just ours, who can shorten that time. So it might still taking you 4 weeks. If I can do in 1 week that takes you 4 weeks, I can get more done in a year right now than you can get done in, say, 5 years. I can get more done in a week than you can get done in a month. That gives me an advantage. Once everybody starts using these tools, we're right back to the $21 minimum wage. Everybody's operating at the same level. So right now, the advantage is using the tools, but that's going to disappear, I would say, over the next 24 months. That first mover advantage will be gone. It will be so pervasive that you'll be using AI in a lot of cases without even realizing it. So the name of the game now is quality and speed. It used to be it was either quality or speed. Now it's quality and speed. If you're slow, you're screwed. Not sure if that answered your question or not, but I was trying to stay on topic.
Well, thinking along those lines, in the practical experience, what are some straightforward ways AI can help grow a business? Do you have any examples?
So the big way that it can help you grow is to do the stuff that you normally wouldn't have time for. So most people okay, for example, let's just talk about a blog post, okay, or a video. You create a piece of content, and in the past, whether it's text, whether it's video, see, here's another thing you're going to have to untrain yourself from. We've been conditioned since we were little kids that you have accomplished something when you have created something. In other words, you write the paper and you hand it in, you get a grade, end of process. It's not, I hand in my paper to the teacher and the teacher says, okay, now I want you to go around to every kid in school and see if they'll give you a cookie from their lunchbox because of this. It's not that case. We've been conditioned. I finished the blog post. I finished the paper. I finished the article. I get my grade. I'm done. I get my pat on the back. That's not how it works in business with what we're talking about with content marketing and sales copy. The creation of it is only the beginning of the process. But what happens is most people spend 90% of their time on creating, and then they've only got 10% of their time left for, let's call it, distribution, for doing the posts, for running the ads, for creating the joint ventures, for driving the traffic,
for doing, spending a lot of time on the right thing to be doing.
This is the stuff where you make money. Unless you're selling articles like my buddy Stu, who sells his articles to military.com, you only get paid when you do this, but yet people are only spending 10% of their time on the stuff that results in making money. Why? Because the creation process takes a lot of time, energy, and effort. You think of it like a battery. Okay? At the beginning of the day, and we were talking at the beginning of this interview, you know, damn, yesterday sucked, man. I worked 13 hours and I did all this stuff, and you start listing off all the things. You know, you were doing a ton of stuff. I wrote a crap ton of emails and videos and sales copy and stuff. And what happens over the course of the day, that battery runs down and you got nothing left. And so, especially if all your time, energy, effort, spiritual, whatever is eaten up in the creation, you got a little bit of juice left to kind of sort of throw it out there and hope something happens. Now with AI, what this does to help you grow your business is we switch this. We switch it up. It's about 10% creation. It's about, and I'm going to introduce a new concept here, 10% creation, about 20% curation, which means you take the thing that AI makes for you and you make sure it's decent. You put your soul into it. And your soul is basically your stories, your opinions, your unique perspective, and just basically breathing life into it, making it not generic. Okay. So now we got 70% left for the money shot, the money making activities over here, because we're not all worn out and we've got time. Now we need to do the stuff that's going to make us make money. We can create the ads, run the ads, track the ads, do what we need to do. Whereas before we didn't have the time, energy, and effort to be able to do that. That's the number one way that AI can help you. So the name of the game, again, is to get past the curation or the creation phase as fast as you can. That's where AI can help you. And our Genie, shameless plug, and curation, which is basically the editing and the making sure it's good. Now, can you hire somebody to do that? Sure. You just got to make sure it's got to get done. And then it's got to get promoted. So that's how that is, we're reframing, we're repositioning our assets. And that's how you can, any business can do this, big or small, individual all the way up to just huge corporation.
Give you more time too to think about other new ways to use your content to get more eyeballs, to get more attention, because it's not like the world's getting quieter.
And that's been happening here with us, with a couple of things that we've been finally able to do with the course promotion that we're doing, with some other stuff that we're doing, a little different thing with ebooks. Just we finally have some time to do that. So then we're filling up the time we saved with a whole bunch of new crap.
Yeah. I'm going to backtrack a little bit on you, because Bob asked, 24 months seems quick, Jim. Does that mean you'll be revamping the copywriting AI tools within 2 years? I mean,
I've already done it. I've already done it twice in the last year. You just didn't even notice it. We're doing stuff on the back end that you're just not even seeing. We're revamping. It's I was lamenting to the programmer in our meeting on Tuesday. I was like, holy crap, dude, I'm getting too old for this. I mean, it was a moment of weakness, but it's like, it's changing so fast. We've changed 3 times in the last 10 months what we've had to adapt to. And it's just keeps coming. But here's the thing. You got to have somebody out front watching it for you, watching out for you. That's what we're doing. That's why in some cases we're so manic and you see us like turning on a dime. Sometimes we have to. It's just the way it is.
But it's a new technology. It's a new field to explore.
It's also where everybody's time and money is flowing. All the time and money and attention is flowing towards anything to do with AI. And, just you've got to have it even just to be able to keep up.
All right. So going back to off the tangent, how do you see AI working alongside human creativity, especially in fields that rely on personal touch like copywriting?
So I think the biggest thing that you got to understand is that as we get super, super busy, there's a 3-step process. It's ideation, creation, and distribution. So where are we now and where do I think we're going to go? So we're going to make us a little cool diagram. Okay. Now and in the foreseeable future. So ideation right now, the problem is that you got to constantly come up with a stream of new ideas for stuff, whether it's Facebook ads, Facebook videos, or blog posts, or just you got to classes you're going to teach, all that stuff. And going back to the idea of the battery, when we need to come up with an idea, how prepared are we? And most of the time we need to come up with an idea when our battery's down to like nothing. And so how AI can help you now.
Or sometimes 15 minutes before the content meeting.
That's a lot of time. So the biggest thing is just coming up with ideas on demand. That's how AI can help you right now. You can jump right into the little checklist genie and say, hey, give me 10 ideas about this and that or the other, or something like that.
The
It's like,
video hook one has been the one. I like that one for creating those ideas.
Absolutely. And that one, again, here's the thing. For most people, you may not be able to come up with a good idea on demand, but you can recognize a good idea when you see one. And so what happens is, and again, shameless plug with our genies, you load in your avatar, you load in your topic, you hit a button, it'll give you like 60 different 60-second video hooks. And you're like, damn, those are good. I can make that. And you get a little jolt of whatever. And you're like, hey, I'm excited. So,
or you see it and you're like, I don't really like that one, but I could make it go do this.
Right. Which is normally what we do. Some of them, though, I mean, a lot of them right out of the box are good. Yeah. So now creation, how can it help you? Well, coming up just as an example right now, you can make a script. It'll make a script. It'll give you what to say. Again, we'll just go with the example, the 60-second video thing. Okay. Script is how it can really help you. Yes. Can it make a face talk? Are there AI things out there that will make a face look like it's talking? Yes. Is there AI that will make a face, like manufacture what looks like a photograph of a person? Yes. And then you throw it into another AI and it makes the thing talk. What do you what do you make it say? It's always been the thing, though, no matter where this stuff goes, what do you make it say that's going to resonate with a person? Because the machine is not buying from itself. The AI is not buying from the AI. Ultimately, a person has to say, you know what? I'm going to pull out my wallet and put in my credit card. I'm going to pay attention with my money or with my time or both. So keep this in mind, though. Ultimately, no matter how cool the tool is, same conversation I had with Russell Brunson almost 10 years ago, 8 years ago about, his software was great. Everybody going to want to make a funnel. What the hell are they going to type into it to make it work? That was the iteration of the first copywriting software.
You say that, and somebody actually put in the comments, Stephen did, that he wanted to give us a massive thank you. He got his first certification yesterday, and the words used by ClickFunnels, all the copy start to finish was from copyingcontent.ai.
Nice. We need to get that on testimonial. And I'm not kidding. I'd love to get a testimonial for you. Okay. And then with distribution is the actual going and the doing it. And again, that's where it's either a person loading it into something and having it fire off, whether it's posting or running an ad or whatever. This is still typically a person is involved in the distribution of the content. Someone has to run the ad, someone has to check the ad, someone has to ask somebody to do the interview, all that good stuff. Okay. So right now, the big thing is in coming up with cool ideas and creating the scripts, the words, the images, all that stuff. Now, where's it going? All right. I don't think that the ideation thing is really going to change all that much. Okay. Might be a little quicker, might be a little more sophisticated, might be some more psychological stuff.
Getting sophisticated with each iteration they come out with, right?
Yes, but it still comes down to who's your avatar, what are their emotional hot buttons, and what do they want to watch, read, consume, listen to. Okay. At some point, this is going to stagnate. It might, it might change, but all content, until they can plug a coax cable in the back of our head, is either going to be text and or video and or audio. Okay. Those are your three options for content and sales copy and sales messages and communication. That's it. So it might give you an idea for, hey, burpee.com has replaced Facebook. Give me an idea for a burpee post or a burpee puke or whatever they call them. And it's like, oh, okay, well, here's 5 ideas for burpee pukes. I mean, this one's going to pretty much is where it is. it will change based on data, behavior, and also your avatar. Creation, I think, is where you're going to see the really, really big change. And I think at some point here, I think in the next 24 months, if not sooner, you're going to be able to not only generate the script, but turn the script into a full Hollywood style video. Just like we said that, back when we did website video secrets back in the early 2000s, I said there will come a point where people will buy strictly from videos on a website, that they will be full motion videos and they will be basically like commercials, full presentations, and it'll be here sooner than you think. You're going to take that script and you're going to be able to use AI to create a full Hollywood level video. Just like video games have gone from Pong now to the latest Call of Duty that looks like you're playing a movie. Okay. So that's, I think, the big thing. And then this, where these are going to intersect, is that you're going to have platforms like Facebook or others that are going to let you produce the video and advertise the video all in one. So it's going to be like, okay, let's create your script, let's create the video, and let's put eyeballs on it. And I think that's going to, maybe it'll be YouTube, maybe it'll be or Facebook or somebody else, but that's where it's going to go. And YouTube is going to drive a lot of this. But interestingly enough, they, like Amazon, have come out and said, hey, we want to know if you're using AI generated stuff. I don't, and people are like, oh, they're going to penalize you if it's AI generated. They're having trouble telling what's AI generated and what's not. So they want to see what's AI generated and how popular it is so they can rip you off. They want, just like Amazon had all these people. Now this is getting into a rant. We may not make it all the way through the interview. I don't care if y'all like this, great. But some dirty little secret of Amazon for forever, and still does, they're proud about the fact that they advertise that the vast majority of their sales come from small independent sellers. But you know what they do to those small independent sellers? When a small independent seller who is advertising on Amazon, who's shipping through Amazon, who sends the stuff to Amazon's warehouse at their own expense, as soon as Amazon sees that they've reached a certain sales volume, that they've reached a certain threshold, Amazon rips them off with their own Amazon Basics is one example of it. So don't you think that in the quest for eyeballs and in the quest for customers, that big tech isn't going to screw you long and hard if somebody figures out something really cool? So just saying. This isn't going exactly what I thought it would, but you know what? We're having a good time.
Well, but since we're talking about Amazon, then that leads kind of into the next question. For those in our audience thinking about writing a book, how can AI assist in that big task? What should they watch for?
Pow! Here's a book that AI helped me write in 5 days. Went from 0 to a 148-page book on how to use DISC, which is a communications classification system, on how to use DISC to, in effect, be the secret sales code behind people's reaction to your sales copy. In the last Write Your Book Challenge, we wrote this book using the tools. And by the way, everybody who's in copyandcontent.ai at the elite level, you can have the ebook version of this. So how can it help you? How can AI help you with a book? Well, it can help you with every aspect of a book. Coming up with an idea for your book, coming up with the title of your book, coming up with the outline of your book, writing the actual chapters, creating the sales copy, even down to creating your glossary, your cover letter, your bio, everything that you would want and need to do it'll do. Here's the thing though, and where a lot of people, oh my God, Amazon, they put a restriction of you can only upload 3 books a day. 3 books a day. Unless you're one of those chuckleheads in a third world country that's operating a book mill where you're just asking ChatGPT for a bunch of crap, throwing it up and hoping one other chucklehead will buy the thing from you. They're not saying that they don't like AI. What they're saying is limit yourself to 3 books a day. That'd be like 1,000 books a year. I think you're okay. And they haven't said they don't. What's that?
They're trying to protect themselves too, to agree, because if you got 1,000 books a year and you're not the only one doing it, you got X amount. I mean, that could be 1 million uploads a day if they're not.
Right.
And that becomes too much to try and weed through.
And most of them are crap. But on the flip side, having taught people how to write books for the last 20 years, 25 years, here's the thing. Most people are not great writers, but they still need to have a book. So in a lot of cases, AI can write as well or better than the person can write themselves. And again, remember, everybody gets tied up in the creation. My first book took me 4 years to finish writing. My latest one took me 5 days, and I was busy teaching a whole bunch of other people at the same time. So the point is that AI, if we think about that 10, 20, 70, if we're thinking about creating the book, AI can do all the heavy lifting to do the creation, lickety split, and then all you got to do is just read what it kicks out and pour your soul into it. Add a story, add an opinion, give a unique perspective, which basically means just reading through what it gives you, doing a quick edit, boom, chapter done. Next chapter done, next chapter done, next chapter done. Before you know it, within about a week, week and a half, your book is done and published on Amazon. That's the power of it. So shameless plug, writeyourbook.ai. We're doing a special on it right now. Absolutely the lowest price you will ever see on this ever again. It's a proven method. It's a proven product. It's a proven coaching program. Hundreds of people have gone through it and successfully gone from not an author to published on Amazon in 2 weeks or less. Some of them even going on to being bestsellers. So absolutely just shameless plug, because that's our big thing that we're doing. Okay. That's our big thing that we're doing. And if you've ever wanted to have the authority of being an author, if whether you've been through it with us before or not, this is your best opportunity to do it or do it again.
Now, somebody might be wondering, could I do that with ChatGPT? I mean, what makes write your book different from me going to ChatGPT and throwing stuff in?
So number one, it's time. The biggest thing is time. My question to you is, yeah, you can go to ChatGPT and throw stuff in. Is it coming out with the right format? Is it based on the right framework? How do you get it to write a whole chapter? How do you get it to target your particular audience? See, ultimately, what separates copying content from ChatGPT, full disclosure, one of the AI APIs that we plug into is OpenAI, the same engine that runs ChatGPT. See, here's the thing you got to understand is that ChatGPT, if AI is here, then ChatGPT is just an interface with an AI engine that happens to be OpenAI. Any chatbot is just an interface with an AI, with an AI engine, an API. Copying content is plugged into the same APIs, and we have our own too. And so, and I spent a lot of money to develop it, and spend a lot of money to keep it.
You need to draw a bubble out from the copying content that's our own engine, and
yes, so we're.
And we also have our own frameworks from the come out of your head, and we have the avatar. So then that way they can get their ideal customer out of their head and into the software.
Oh, look at us! Who's the big winner now? Look at you, Susan. That was good. Those are great points. That makes perfect. Yeah, that's a great. You're absolutely right. What else would you like to say about this, Susan?
Oh, we got to add training, because we do have training in there to help you.
True.
And we also have our help desk, which we take suggestions and we have questions and we
Oh yeah, try getting the old Chat GPT folks to respond to you. What else we got that's amazing? Oh, we got our fast tracks,
Ooh, our sprints.
and we've got our sprints. Holy crap, this is good, Susan. We're gonna perfect this one.
And
I
we
like
keep
where we're going with this.
I mean, we don't want to leave you hanging. We want you to get a result. We want you
Absolutely. So that's the big difference, okay? Is that copying content is an ecosystem designed for you to succeed, not just sit around and engage in mental masturbation with a chatbot who might give you something that's useful.
Sorry, I was grabbing a question.
No, that's okay. No, I think that's great. Now we're going to wrap this up in about 8 minutes.
All right.
I have a question for everybody that's here. This is different. I mean, this is different than Stu interviewing me. Susan, you're doing a great job. Everybody give Susan a big round of applause because she's doing amazing. And she has a different perspective than other people too. This, I never thought of explaining it this way, but this is a really good way of explaining it. So well done. Well done, Susan. But y'all give her a round of applause and let us know if you'd like to see us, doing these kind of family arguments. I mean, family discussions live in front of y'all. So what do you think would be a couple of questions we could do to kind of wrap this up? And y'all let us know whether you got value from this or not.
Let's see.
I ran out of coffee. That's how I know it's over.
So, I guess what's the most important piece of advice you give to entrepreneurs eager to explore AI in their business?
I think the number one thing that you should do, and this is what I tell anybody, no matter what you're doing. Number one thing is you always got to define your avatar. Who is the person, the ideal customer that you are targeting? Because see, here's the thing. Without the avatar, anything that AI gives you is just general crap. It's an ad about your course is very different than an ad about your course aimed at your avatar. It's just, it has to be. So then the second thing is ask yourself a question. Where am I struggling? Where am I spending too much time? And where am I not getting stuff done? So those are really 3 questions. But first, where am I struggling? Do I struggle with writing ads? Do I struggle with getting blog posts done? Do I struggle with stuff I know I should be doing, but I'm not getting done? That would be the place to start. The stuff that like every day at the end of the day, you're like, holy crap, another day is come and gone and I haven't done what I needed to get done. That's be the number one way that I would look at how could I use AI. So with the genies, if you're not blogging like you should, if you're not posting on Facebook like you should, if you're not doing LinkedIn like you should, if you're not doing videos and stuff like you should, we got a genie for that. Yes, Susan.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, taking what you just said. So like I say, if somebody had a podcast transcript, what's a way they could take it and use the AI genies to help distribute their podcast out further?
So you could create ads for your podcast. You could take your transcript and turn it into blog posts and articles and then repurpose those real quick. People tell you, oh yeah, repurpose it. Sit down with your freaking podcast transcript and try and turn it into an article that makes sense and sounds good. I'll wait. It's going to take a while. Why? Because it sounds good in theory. In practice, it is a pain in the ass. So you can take your transcript or portions of your transcript, throw them into the Super Blog Post Genie, throw them into the Rewrite Genie, throw them into other tools that we have.
Just a sentence out of it and throw it into the Paragraph Genie and end up with a whole new tangent on just that sentence.
Yes. And you end up taking those ideas, turning them into other ideas and content that you can put out, and then lead people back to your podcast. So you take a podcast episode or even a 60-second video, and you use that as the basis to create a bunch of stuff that then leads back to the podcast. If you enjoyed this is the kind of stuff we talk about on our podcast. By the way, AI can write even the call to action for what you want them to do when they read the stuff. Next, where are you spending a bunch of time? For me, lately and all the time, it seems like it's email. Email is tough. One email is not tough. Writing a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 email sequence is enough to make even the bravest person want to puke. So we got software that will write that for you. Can you go to ChatGPT and ask it, hey, write me a 10 email sequence? You absolutely can do that. In fact, go to ChatGPT right now and ask it to write a 10 email sequence. And you know what you'll get? You'll get 10 crappy emails that all sound the same. There's a way to do it, and there are techniques to do it, and there's the stuff, there's all the things that if you were going to coax that out of it, you would spend more time, energy, and effort trying to learn how to do it in ChatGPT than you would just do using a genie. So what are you spending too much time on? It's usually emails, copy creation, content creation, getting to the first draft. And then finally, what's not getting done? Man, at the end of the day, we all know what we should be doing. We should be running ads. We should be creating content. We should be doing things that get eyeballs of people we don't know onto the stuff that we're trying to sell. AI can help you do every single one of these things. These would be the 3 areas you should look at first. Shameless plug, copycontent.ai, between the tools and the training and the support and the roadmaps and everything that we got, is your best chance. This is your best chance. This is the lifeboat. We also got a great community and great support. This is your best chance to actually use AI to get a great result in your business. Absolutely. And another plug, writeyurbook.ai. If you want to write a book, you want to be an author, you want to start next year off with a bang, like really make next year your best year ever, sign up for our Black Friday offer on writeyurbook.ai. It's the lowest price you'll ever see it again.
All right. That's my ask. What is the genie? I think new to our world.
What is a genie? A genie is a thing that creates an amazing result. So let's do, what would be a really good one to
we had a question about a run-on sentence. What about the paragraph genie?
Okay, so
we had a question, which of the genies would you take a stream of conscious transcript, there's a giant run-on sentence, into a coherent paragraphs as the first pass on the transcript?
Absolutely, I would do the paragraph genie. So let me share my screenage, and the paragraph genie is one of about 70 different genies that we have. This is the paragraph genie. The whole point is create paragraphs about anything in any style you choose. Well, heck yeah, that sounds good. So let's do a stream of consciousness, but we always got to tell the purpose. What's the purpose? Create a blurb, or actually just purpose is to get people excited about the Write Your Book.ai challenge. This is not rehearsed at all. So I'm going to do like stream of consciousness. Writing a book is super important in any business. Anyone can do it and should make next year the best year ever. AI can do all the heavy lifting. Hundreds have already done it with these tools. This is your best chance. Okay, so that's like stream. I just, you know, I'm gonna fix the one thing. Write a book. All right. So now, general writing style and tone. Let's do persuasive, inspirational, can't even spell it, and friendly. How many paragraphs do we want? Let's just do 3. Discommunication style. This is where it starts getting really sophisticated. Oh, and your boy ChatGPT ain't got this built in, just saying. Let's say that we want to inspire people, want to appeal to people with an influential style. And then, oh, famous copywriter? Sure. Let's write it like Jim Edwards. So we got a whole bunch of really great dead copywriters in here. And well, let's do Gary Halbert. So now we're not just going to get one output, we can get 3 outputs. So we're going to get paragraphs in a copywriter style, paragraphs in disc style, and then paragraphs in your own style. Okay. And I got to fix one thing in here, but check this out. All right. Y'all saw what I put in. Okay. That's what I want to just remind you. You saw what I put in here. All right. And I had a misspelling. Are you ready to make next year the best year ever for your business? Writing a book is a powerful way to establish yourself as an industry authority and showcase your expertise. And the best part is anyone can do it. Don't let the idea of writing a book intimidate you. With the WriteYourBook.ai challenge, you can harness the power of AI to do all the heavy lifting for you. This means you can focus on sharing your knowledge and experiences without getting bogged down by the technicalities of writing. Hundreds of entrepreneurs and professionals have already taken advantage of these transformative AI tools to write and publish their books. Imagine the impact you could have on your audience and industry by joining their ranks. This challenge is your best chance to bring your ideas to life and make a significant impact on your field. With the support and resources provided, you'll have everything you need to turn your aspirations of writing a book into a reality. Why wait any longer? Seize this opportunity and get excited about the WriteYourBook.ai challenge. Make next year your most successful year by sharing your wisdom and insights in a book that will solidify your position as a thought leader in your niche. Writing a book is within your grasp, and AI is here to help make the process easier than ever. Join the writing revolution and become a published author. We can't wait to see what you'll accomplish. I think I've just said it all. You saw what I put in. You saw what it kicked out. What we're about here at copyandcontent.ai is about giving you tools to get results with AI, not tools to sit around and jerk around with AI. You take what my 30 plus years of copywriting experience, you take our experience, our programming ability, our frameworks, our training, our knowledge from actually doing it. It's a total game changer. That's why we are what we are, as opposed to everybody else who's just a freaking chatbot. Everybody else is just a chatbot. They want to tell you, oh yeah, we have it just like ChatGPT. Well, that's cool, Chuckles. Good for you. Not us. We're about getting you better copy, better content, better results fast. Okay. So anyway, cool thing is that we're also improving and adding new features all the time. One of the cool things that's happened is that, we're going to be able to up the limits on some of the things that we put in, but, in the end, anyway, just lots of cool stuff happening. So there you go. So if you'd like to join us in copyandcontent.ai, you can. And if you'd like to join us in WriteYourBook.ai, you absolutely should do that as well. They're 2 separate things, but both of them can change your life for the better. So Susan, you did awesome. Great job. Everybody give Susan a round of applause again. And if you'd like to see us do this again, just let us know. Everybody have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for taking some time out of your day and joining us. We'd love to have you join our team.